August 6, 2025, dawned like any other day, with the sun rising over the horizon, casting a golden hue on the airport runway. The air was filled with the usual hustle and bustle of early morning flights, as passengers boarded their planes, unaware of the tragedy that was about to unfold. But by the end of the day, the nation was plunged into deep mourning, as the news of a catastrophic event spread like wildfire. Air India Flight 171, carrying 260 souls, met a tragic fate just moments after takeoff from Ahmedabad. The crash left no survivors, marking a dark day in aviation history. The disaster's news spread rapidly across the globe, sending shockwaves through families, the nation, and the international aviation community. The world watched in disbelief as the tragedy unfolded. Emergency crews, with sirens blaring, rushed to the crash site, battling against time to manage the aftermath. Meanwhile, families at the airport were left to grapple with the unimaginable loss of their loved ones. The crash site quickly became the epicenter of a massive recovery and investigation effort. Teams worked tirelessly, sifting through debris, racing against the clock to retrieve the crucial black boxes. These black boxes, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, were the key to unlocking the mystery of those final moments, holding the answers everyone desperately sought. The pressure on investigators was immense, as the nation demanded a clear and concise explanation. The media scrutiny was relentless, with every update eagerly awaited by a grieving public. Air India found itself at the heart of the crisis, tasked with the dual responsibility of supporting the bereaved families and cooperating fully with the ongoing investigation. The airline's officials worked tirelessly to provide solace and answers. In response, the government swiftly assembled a high-level investigation team, promising transparency and a thorough examination of the incident. Officials assured the public that no stone would be left unturned. For the families, it was an agonizing wait, filled with uncertainty and heartache. For the investigators, it marked the beginning of a painstaking search for answers, a quest to piece together the puzzle of what went wrong. The tragedy left a profound void in the nation's sense of security, a stark reminder of life's fragility. As the nation mourned, the quest for closure and understanding had only just begun, with the hope that lessons learned would prevent future tragedies. The preliminary report revealed a shocking fact, something that would send ripples through the aviation community. Both engines lost power almost simultaneously, an extremely rare event that left experts baffled and searching for answers. The engines themselves hadn't failed. They were starved of fuel, a situation that seemed almost impossible given the rigorous checks and balances in place. Investigators quickly shifted focus from the engines to the cockpit, where the mystery deepened. At the center of this enigma were the fuel control switches, which had been inexplicably moved to the off position, cutting fuel to both engines and sealing the aircraft's fate. These switches are protected against accidental movement, requiring a deliberate action, which raised questions about how and why they were turned off. Data showed the switches were turned off, then quickly back on, a sign of confusion or a desperate attempt to recover from an unexpected situation. But it was too late. The plane was too low to recover, and the ground was approaching fast. Investigators now faced two main possibilities: human error or a technical malfunction, each with its own set of implications. Could a pilot have made a mistake under stress, perhaps misinterpreting a warning or reacting instinctively? Or was there a hidden system flaw, a glitch in the software, or a mechanical failure that had gone unnoticed? Past incidents with similar aircraft raised questions about possible software glitches, adding another layer of complexity to the investigation. Disentangling human action from technical failure became the investigation's top priority as they sifted through mountains of data and evidence. The fate of Flight 171 hinged on what happened in those critical seconds, a puzzle that demanded answers to prevent future tragedies. The cockpit voice recorder, often referred to as the black box, is a crucial tool in aviation accident investigations. It preserves the final conversations and sounds from the cockpit, offering investigators a window into the crew's actions and mindset during the most critical moments of a flight. In this case, the recorder captured the crew's frantic final moments as they struggled to understand and respond to the unfolding emergency. The tension and urgency in their voices painted a vivid picture of the chaos inside the cockpit. In these last seconds, one pilot urgently questioned the other about the fuel supply being cut off, highlighting their confusion and desperation. The pilots were clearly trying to troubleshoot the problem, scanning instruments and communicating rapidly as alarms blared. This brief but intense exchange confirmed that the crew recognized the crisis and made every effort to respond, working together under immense pressure. Their professionalism and training were evident, even as the situation spiraled out of control. However, the incomplete transcript left key details unclear, such as exactly who spoke at certain moments and in what context. Some words were lost in the chaos, making it difficult to reconstruct the precise sequence of events. This ambiguity fueled widespread speculation about cockpit dynamics, the crew's decision-making process, and whether any critical warnings were missed or misunderstood. Experts debated possible scenarios, but without the full transcript, many questions remained unanswered. Both pilots were experienced professionals with clean records, respected by their peers and loved ones. Their colleagues and families defended their reputations, emphasizing their dedication and skill. Pilot associations and unions urged the public and media not to rush to judgment before the investigation was complete, reminding everyone that the full story had yet to emerge. The full cockpit voice recorder transcript remains confidential for now, protected as part of the ongoing investigation. Its eventual release is expected to provide crucial answers and help prevent similar tragedies in the future. Until then, the pilot's final words remain a haunting fragment of the tragedy, a somber reminder of the human cost behind every aviation disaster. In the absence of official information, media leaks shaped public perception from the start. Unverified details fueled intense scrutiny of the pilots, often suggesting human error before any official conclusion. The most damaging rumor, the pilot's suicide theory, which spread without evidence and caused deep pain for families. Pilot associations condemned such speculation as baseless and harmful. Air India's CEO appealed for restraint, urging the public to wait for facts. The rush for dramatic explanations often overshadowed the complex reality of aviation accidents. Media pressure made the investigators' job even harder, but their focus remained on evidence, not headlines. The lesson: premature reporting can distort the truth and hinder the search for real answers. Pilot associations in India and worldwide quickly rallied to defend the AI-171 crew. They condemned speculative theories, especially the pilot's suicide narrative, and called for a data-driven investigation. Their message: no conclusions until all evidence is analyzed. They urged officials to release the full cockpit and flight data recordings for transparency. The associations highlighted the pilots' professionalism and experience, pushing back against blame. They also educated the public about the complexity and length of air crash investigations. Premature judgments, they warned, could compromise the inquiry. Their advocacy ensured the pilot's perspective was heard and professional standards upheld. For them, the truth must rest on evidence, not speculation. The investigation into Flight 171 is ongoing. The preliminary report established what happened: a dual-engine failure from fuel cutoff, but not why. Investigators are exploring every scenario: human error, technical malfunction, or software glitch. No theory has been ruled out. The final report will provide a detailed analysis, including the full cockpit transcript and flight data. Officials urge patience, stressing that accuracy is more important than speed. The goal is to identify safety deficiencies and prevent future tragedies. This process is about learning from loss to improve global aviation safety. The search for truth continues, with the world watching and waiting. After the crash, a unified message emerged. Caution and patience are essential. Investigators, airline leaders, and pilot associations all warned against jumping to conclusions. The preliminary report raised more questions than answers. Air crash investigations are complex and take time, months or even years. Rushing risks missing crucial details and doing a disservice to the victims. The core message: wait for the final, fact-based report. Only a complete understanding of the facts can deliver justice and meaningful lessons. This collective plea is about accuracy, not concealment. In high-stakes investigations, there's no room for error. The promised answers will come built on evidence to honor the victims and safeguard the future. The story of Flight 171 dominated headlines, but media coverage reflected the diversity of public interests. Serious updates on the crash appeared alongside lifestyle, finance, and health stories. This mix shows that even during tragedy, daily life continues, and media serve many needs. The public's response blended grief, demand for answers, and the realities of everyday life. For families and the aviation community, the investigation was all-consuming. For others, it was one story among many. Still, the hope for a clear, conclusive investigation united everyone following the news. The search for truth about Flight 171 must be shielded from speculation and haste. The investigation's integrity is vital for the families and for global aviation safety. Every step, from analyzing black boxes to examining wreckage, demands precision and impartiality. The media must report responsibly, and the public must allow investigators the time they need. The final report will be built on irrefutable evidence, not rumor. Its purpose to explain what happened, identify systemic issues, and strengthen aviation safety. Honoring the victims means learning from tragedy, not just assigning blame. The answers found will help prevent future disasters and provide the closure families deserve.